would I be without a little bit of religion? We've been talking about the earth, we've been talking about slavery, we've been talking about entrepreneurs, and what I'd like to do is introduce actually my business partner, the founder of Furl and founder of Otalo, to talk to us a little bit about religion. You ready?
I think I am.
I'm going to stand here just in case.
All right.
All right, 15 seconds.
All right, somewhere along the line I realized I've bitten off an awful lot to talk about in 5 minutes. But I think I've gotten it down to a few seconds, and hopefully things will go smoothly. God is dying. The supernatural God of our childhood, the God of the Bible, God is dying, and churches are dying along with it. Each year, millions fewer people attend church, not because they have anything against religion, but because there's no choice that feels right. And millions of others attend church because they value the spiritual community so highly they're willing to pay an awkward price of admission, to show up each week and say and sing things that no longer feel honest or true. God is dying, and it's been discussed openly in theological communities for decades. And it's not a moral failing of our society, it's simply evolution. It's evolution, and we are living at one of the most exciting moments in Western religious history, because we, our generation, I believe, is uniquely suited to create a new religion. Religions evolve, and religions are created by people, and ironically, at the birth of each new religion, the people who created it, whether they were Jews, Muslims, Christians, were all accused of being atheists. But they created a religion to speak to the truths and needs of their time. Yet it's been thousands of years. It's been thousands of years, and I'd like to think that humanity has evolved. I'd like to think that we're growing up, that we're moving out of the house, as it were. And that our old notion of God as a heavenly parent, though comforting, is gone. Just as each of us reach an unsettling moment in our lives where we look around and realize we are the adult in the room. So we need to reach a similar point spiritually. We are the grown-ups. And all the things we've hoped God would be for the world, unconditionally loving, moral, these things fall upon us. We are God. We are God. And far from a burden, it's a call to action. It's a call for us to step up to a higher state of being. It's a call to action, and we need a religion of action to help us answer that call. We need a new religion whose goal is to support and guide and propel its members along their paths of spiritual growth. Because today we have access to countless spiritual and religious traditions. And if we're open to those and look at their paths, we see that they all lead us along the same path. That at their mystical core, when practiced deeply, they ask the same things of us. To set aside our egos. To be truly, fully present in our lives.
Yes.
And through that presence, to cultivate a deep love for humanity and for the entire world. But that is hard. That is not easy.
Amen.
And we have each other, and we need each other, and we need to create a vibrant spiritual community. And today, we can organize distributed groups of people like never before in history. And so we can create thousands of loosely knit groups, as varied as there are paths to enlightenment. Because just as we inherited antiquated religions, we've inherited a notion of church that is deeply flawed and no longer works. It started with tribal shamans delivering words from the spirits to their people. It moved on to high priests and now ordained ministers. The Romans and others created massive hierarchical institutions around it, and we've simply passed that down from generation to generation. So that today we're saddled with a system where 80% of the hundreds of billions of dollars that flow to churches each year, 80% pays simply for the building and its staff. Imagine how much richer our experience will be when we learn and teach from each other. When we can choose from countless local groups, perhaps a Wednesday night group focused on meditation and a Monday night group centered on music and dance, but we're all seeking the same truths and sharing our experiences with each other. And so, when we reach the dark moments in our lives, When we're on our knees and our instinct is to cry out to God, instead, we'll call out to each other.
Amen.
And finally, we need a new text. How many of you have read the Bible recently? There's a lot of insight in there, but it's drowning in historical text. Surely we can do better. If we were going to give our child a single book as we send her on our way in the world, would it be that? We have a staggering creative opportunity to create a new central spiritual text, to draw from the hundreds of brilliant spiritual leaders who walked the earth over the past centuries, so that when our grandchildren show up at a hotel and open that drawer, hopefully there will be a new book inside. No one in this room can tell me or each other what will happen when we die. Heaven, hell, dirt. But we all know the very real hells that we and others are living every day. At its core, religion can provide deliverance. And together we can learn to deliver ourselves, so that together we can be the angels who help deliver others. Because every being deserves heaven, here, in this lifetime.